Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Football Daily Weekly. Good to have you with us. Laurence is here, and Dave from Schoolgirl is also here. It's World Cup final preview time. It's landed, nearly.
64 of 64.
That's right, yeah. The World Cup final is only days away, or depending on when you're watching this, hours away. Brazil are out.
Or weeks ago.
Germany are playing Argentina in the final. They've played in two finals before, in 86 and 90. Germany knocked out Argentina in 06. In Germany, of course, on penalties in the quarter-final. And they beat them 4-0 in South Africa last time round, Dave. Will the Germans triumph yet again?
I'm going to say
the Argentinians.
Yes, maybe, because obviously they absolutely demolished Brazil.
Yeah.
They're looking like they're really becoming that side that's got the balance between the counter-attack, the pressing, the passing, really. They've scored the most goals of the tournament, 17 goals, scored 6 goals from set pieces, so you've got to watch out from the corner situations, scored 4 goals from corners. So it's sort of about the German attack versus the Argentinian defence, I'd say. That's how it's going to match up.
They've got goals all across the pitch, Laurence, that German side.
True.
And they have the world record holder up front for them, closer. 16 goals. He broke Ronaldo's record.
Really incredible as well, isn't it?
In that game. Well, I say broke, he was already equal, of course. But overshadowed, really, sadly, for closer, the result took the limelight.
Well, that's the interesting thing, isn't it? Is they have goals from everywhere, but then you'd say that Argentina have a really good weapon to counter that in Mascherano. I think he was excellent against Robben in the Netherlands, and he's really good at tracking runners that go beyond the back line. I think someone from our podcast called him a reverse sweeper, or an inverted sweeper.
Oh, right, okay.
Which is quite interesting. So effectively he's running and distributing the ball into the goal.
Yeah, okay,
But it worked so well against those guys. And you'd say that Germany have a similar tactic, that someone's going to need to track all those different runners and someone needs to organise that back line. And you'd argue that with the experience of Mascherano, it's a pretty good mix to counter it.
I'd say so, yeah. Mascherano's been pretty awesome. He's completed
one of the players of the tournament.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. 22 tackles, so he's won the most tackles in the tournament. He's made 13 interceptions. Only Luis Gustavo is the only midfielder to have made more. Completed the most passes in the tournament. I think he's been that leader. He's been bossing people around. You get over there, like Laurence said, he's tracking runners. That tackle against Robben was probably the tackle of the tournament, I'd say.
And he's done it without picking up bookings and giving away too many fouls, which of course
unusually
we've seen.
for him.
Which we've seen a lot of the Brazilian side doing. Luis Gustavo certainly.
Yeah,
he's been absolutely phenomenal. Netherlands were perhaps scared of Messi, which has maybe restricted them slightly going forward. And a lot of teams playing Argentina have done so. Will Germany do the same?
The system's a bit different with Germany, isn't it? That three-man midfield, I think they found their combination there that really works well. And you'd argue against Messi, that means that there's always going to be someone to pick him up and always going to be someone to start the counter-attack. They outman Argentina in midfield with regards to where the players sit. So it's quite interesting in that sense that we're going to see two different formations in midfield, and maybe it's more like Schweinsteiger versus Messi.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether they do go with the press like they did against Brazil with this Khedira and Cruz really pressing their two holding midfielders, or we do see it where they revert back to Khedira and Schweinsteiger sitting next to each other, creating that sort of square shape in front of their back four to sort of cut Messi's space out, which has worked well in the past against Messi. Bayern Munich obviously demolished Barcelona a few seasons ago, and that was using that sort of formation. So it's whether they're going to change it. Joachim Low is definitely tactically astute enough to make that decision, so it'll be interesting to see how they go there, really.
Well, it's also interesting that you can take out Messi, but if you take out Messi, then you take out a lot of that front line in that sense, and they have to distribute out wide. And then you argue they've got good enough players to deal with the likes of Di Maria and those guys.
Well, if Di Maria plays, which
if
is very unlikely.
Plays, just any of the wingers that those guys have. And at the same time, because they've cut that space out, they've cut the space out that Messi can distribute into. So it really negates a lot of what Argentina have, and I'm wondering how Argentina are going to counter that.
You can see Messi getting the space, so he's probably been my player of the tournament with Muller at the moment. Yeah, I think he's been phenomenal in the knockout stage. He's created the most chances in knockout stages of any player. He's obviously scored 4 goals, 3 of them coming from outside the box. Pretty individual efforts as well. I just think Messi, it's his time to shine. Obviously, the biggest stage
in the Maracanã.
In
Brazil, of course. I mean, it would have been absolute sickener for those Brazilian fans to see Argentina win the World Cup.
Wouldn't it be a real sickener for all of South America if Germany went there and won it? And what would be incredible was
Brazil will be supporting Germany, which is odd to think that they've just beaten them 7-1 and they'll support them, but they will.
But remember, they applauded them when they scored that 7th goal.
They did.
A lot of people saying how to lose gracefully.
Yeah.
As graceful as crying, as sobbing into your Scarface. But still, it makes sense that they would be supporting Germany, and I think for that reason it's probably going to give them a bit of impetus as well, right? I just wonder what the difference between Germany at the beginning of the tournament and Germany now is, and you just think, look at that progression, look at the perception change of them.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And how many people are saying you don't have a star, you don't have one guy, and they've actually got 5 guys, or 6 guys,
at least,
who've been fantastic in this tournament and have been able to move around and be adaptable. Lahm moving back and showing that he's still got his position back there in the German side. Neuer.
Oh, outstanding.
One of the keepers of the tournament. I mean, we've seen a lot of great goalkeepers at this tournament, but Neuer's up there, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think with Germany, as you say, Laurence, this side has played a lot together. In 2009, in that under-21 European Championship final against England, I think 6 of the players that played in that final have been playing together in this tournament. They've grown together in the last tournament, undone by possibly the best international side of all time in Spain. This time round, that semi-final hurdle that they've not crossed, not got over the last few World Cups, they've done it, and there is a real determination there, Dave, isn't there? And actually, with Argentina having almost a home-like support, the pressure will, in a sense, despite the 7-1, maybe a little bit off Germany.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's sort of like the semi-final where Brazil need to win the game, and Germany is sort of the bad guys of the thing, and they came and they scored all those goals in that very short space of time, and it's sort of like they are the bad guys, they're the ones that maybe people don't want to win, but they might just go and win. It's sort of like Germany have turned into Spain. You'd say France have turned into Germany, and then Spain have turned into France.
Yeah. Back to the final. What are you predicting now?
I reckon Germany are going to probably pull it on. I can see Thomas Muller scoring again. He's been absolutely prolific in this tournament, be involved. He's scored or assisted 8 goals at the tournament. So only James Rodriguez has been involved with as many goals.
Yeah.
Created a number of chances, 3 assists. So he's been absolutely on fire. I can see him scoring, maybe being really involved. I'm going to go with a 3-1 Germany win.
3-1.
Yeah.
I was going to say 3-1 as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can say that.
Well, can I?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. 3-1.
Let's all go 3-1 Germany. Yeah, why not?
We're going to look ridiculous when Messi comes away with a one goal.
But like when Brazil looked ridiculous the other night, they were ridiculous as a unit.
Together, yeah.
Although you might have to be Fred and get booed if we...
The next podcast is going to be us sobbing.
What about the third place playoff? Brazil win?
Yeah, it's got to be Brazil win, hasn't it, really? They've got
Heart says Brazil win, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Head says Van Gaal just going, screw you, 5-0.
Well, just quickly to finish, who have been a few players of the tournament? You mentioned...
James Rodriguez again, 6 goals, 2 assists,
Yeah.
scored that brilliant chip against Japan. Yeah, he's been really good.
A loft and a finish.
Laurence, anybody? Slightly more from left field, maybe?
Okay, I don't think Sanchez does play left field, but I mean, he
He's
can
been
pop
great.
up in that position.
Yeah.
He's exciting for
What about
Arsenal.
Dirk Hill? He's a good tournament.
He did left, right, centre back. He
Yeah,
plays everywhere.
any
doesn't he?
field, really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that is literally the case with Holland as well, isn't it? I think Dirk Kuyt's been impressive. Van Persie with the one great header was just a highlight in itself.
Navas in goal for
Navas
Costa
in goal.
Rica.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Ochoa? Ochoa, sorry, Ochoa. For Mexico. in goal.
JJ Okocha.
JJ Okocha, yeah. Mexican goalkeeper Neuer.
Neuer's been excellent, yeah. Bruno Martins Indy, I think he's been absolutely castle a wall.
Yeah.
See how he took Messi out of the game against Argentina was brilliant, destroyed him.
Indeed,
Daily
yeah.
Blind.
Daily Blind was very good
He's had
early
a
on.
fantastic tournament. as
The
well.
Daily Blind. I'd love to see that as a blog.
What about Mario Yepes, the back from Colombia, 38-year-old, all the way to the quarter.
Colombia in general I really enjoyed. And Chile, I just really liked Chile.
Yeah.
It was a shame they got Brazil so early and that they couldn't have gone a bit further.
Yeah,
They were
I
so
agree.
close.
Yeah.
So close.
Who for England was a highlight player? Sterling. I suppose you could say Sterling at
Yeah,
times.
I'd say so, yeah, it was
He looked good in
exciting, wasn't
training.
it?
Seems odd to talk about England now, doesn't it? It was so long ago.
Doesn't even seem like they were there.
Yeah, I think we'll finish on that note.
Yeah.
England. There you
Don't
are.
exist anymore.
Well, do get your comments in below and tell us who you think your favourite player of the tournament was and the result that the final will throw up. Thanks very much, Dave.
Cheers.
Thanks very much, Laurence. And we'll see you in the future.